Internet. It is the 2nd of November, a Saturday, the weekend. I'm ready to get into the weekend. I want to talk about something that has been bugging me for a long time, and that is the craziness of inhaler plastic, right? Every time, so I have kind of mild asthma, and did I say hay fever? I've only had like the tiniest bit of coffee so far. If I didn't say hay fever, then I'm going slightly mad. But inhalers. I have these out of focus. I have these inhalers for mild asthma, and I pretty much have this one, the brown one, the steroid one, once in the morning, once at night, and then this one's kind of like an emergency one. And so if I do like quite a lot of steps or quite a lot of distance, then I need this one occasionally. It's weird as well. It's kind of seasonal because outside of certain seasons, I'm totally fine. I don't need the inhaler. And I've actually been doing more exercise, which has been interesting because I've needed to use the blue one a lot less. Anyway, I've had a bee in my bonnet about the plastic of these things for a long time because every time I get a brand new prescription, which is probably, I don't know, maybe once a month, then I get a new one of these. I get a whole complete unit, the plastic unit. Now, I'm kind of interested how many of these damn things are being produced globally. They're just molded plastic. And I don't even think they're recycled plastic, which gets me on to the topic of today. So, normally they just look like this, right? They're just like, they've got a let's see. They've got like similar shape at the front. They've got like little like oval fronts, and then they're just like, you know, nothing weird about them. Like on the back, they're just like laid out like that. Then I can't find it now. Here it is. Then I get a new inhaler this week, and I'm like, something feels different with it. So I had a look at it, and I looked at the previous one, and the fronts are these the same on these ones? Yeah, they are. So the fronts are fine on that one. This one, they're completely different. One of them is kind of like longer. So I'm like, okay, so we've printed a new version of it. And then on top of that, to flip it round, there's this thing now on the back, right? Which, okay, I understand that people like to measure how many actuations are in these things. There's like 200 actuations, 200 presses of it, which basically means you've got like 200 times to be able to use it. So you can kind of measure out how long it's going to last you over a period of time. But this indicator on the back like only updates every 20 actuations. So it's not super precise. It gives you just a rough idea. And I guess some people have been sort of wanting this. Did people ask for this? Or did the company just go ahead and print it to be more futuristic, to be more helpful? I'm on the fence with this one because I feel like it's just another thing trying to be a multi-purpose device, and they've had to retool the manufacturing process to be able to take into apart this. Like, there's a new bit in there now. There's a new process to cut this hole, put that little dial in there, and then have it like measure the pressure somehow. I guess it's just like based on how much pressure is left in the container. Anyway, my point is, and I know it was a long, drawn-out point, but this is part of the problem with the plastic issue that we have globally, right? Looking at the record for plastic that's been around since the 50s, a lot of it is still not broken down, not recycled in trash places, just sitting there rotting away. And it's on our beaches, in our oceans. It's breaking up into microbeads. It's already in our food table. We've probably already ingested it, and your kettle's probably full of it, and it's getting like boiled up every time going into your like drinks, your tea and your coffee. So it's like, how do we, as just a single person, how do you like deal with how do you like make a change for something like this, right? So there is a company out there that does plastic recycling, the whole business. They have a shipping container, I forget what their name is now, but I'll dig it out and I'll put it onto the post. And they have all these machines that you can go and get a bunch of plastic, and you can take that plastic and use it again. You can actually make like a 3D printer, like the cable of the print material from the recycled plastic, which got me thinking, well, maybe that's something that I should try and kick off and get off the ground in 2020, is to make a 3D printed version of this. So a open source public model of this without this stupid indicator. Like the steroid one you have once in the morning, once at night. Like, and you to work out how much is in it, you just shake it. No, this is kind of like unnecessary stuff being put in for the sake of it being put in, and this is the kind of behavior issue that we've got to get over, is that we can't keep on doing this if we want to like get out of this plastic nightmare that we're in. And I don't need one of these every time. I can just like take the pressurized container and put it into this one. Like, I don't need this unit. So how do we phase this out? The problem is once you phase this out, then the person who was making it then loses out on their business, right? So can't we get them to use a recycled plastic? Like, can't we incentivize like some students or a small business, or even like set up a small business in your local area processing the plastic to then send to companies like this, or even get the main company to do it as well, is to recycle the plastic and then make a social media campaign around how unique your inhaler is. Because you can have a Pinterest board with all of the plastic like 3D printed ones out there, like multicolors, so you can make them super cool and fashionable. And once you've made one, that's your one. And then we could just change the whole process. Actually, this doesn't come out compared to the other ones. That's very interesting. The one with the actuation, that's even more of a concern. Did they put that in so that you couldn't take this out? Because that makes them all of a sudden, oh, well, you have to have this with this. That's why I think they've done it. Interesting. Slightly concerning, but interesting. So what I'm saying is, like, let's get rid of this. We don't need this. I don't need this every time I get my prescription. I just need this. I just need the pressurized container bottle, right? So that would cut down the cost by hundreds of thousands, maybe millions per year. Manufacturing things like this, the box could be smaller that it comes in just because it needs to be this big. I don't need this. I already have one of these. And if I can 3D print my own in my own style from recycled plastic, even better. So that's an idea. That's something you can run with it. You can make a business out of it. Do what you want with it. I want to see that in the world, because this plastic stuff is a damn nightmare. All right, I'll catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye.
Drifting slowly into an empty space.